1 in 20 children have been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or as you may know it, ADHD. Today, I met with David and Karen to talk to them about ADHD.
He was getting into trouble for being disruptive and stuff at school, and starting to get the label of a naughty kid, and we didn't want that. He was fine at home. There was never any problem. So we had him tested, and he's got ADHD. And there's various sensory issues, so he doesn't like to be touched a great deal by people he doesn't know. Doesn't like bright lights too much. Doesn't like loud, sharp noises too much. But painfully polite kid. A tablet a day in head.
Yeah.
We've occasionally tried him off the tablets, and if he's off the tablets for more than a few days, school will phone and say, "Has he ever taken his tablets?"
There's sometimes students who will take medication to help manage their behaviour. Sometimes if that medication is too strong, in my experience, it means they can be very quiet, very sleepy. Sometimes they'll even fall asleep in class. So it's almost like when they go onto medication, they have to find the balance, and sometimes we'll get information or feedback from home telling us that they're not particularly doing so well at the moment. My experience of it is that sometimes it's finding the balance. So perhaps if the medication's too high, it will calm them in their behaviour, but actually maybe it's too much because then it affects their sleep.
At home, we don't know, because he's grown up with us and we're not trying to teach 30 other kids. I suppose when the teacher's trying to teach 15, 20, 30 kids and you've got one that's a bit of a live wire, it doesn't really, if he's not engaged with the subject, it's hard to get him to engage with the subject. If you talk about dinosaurs, he could talk for England, but English, maths, not great, but he tries and he does well to a certain level.
We do rounders on a Wednesday after.
He does Rounders Club. He goes to cricket at a weekend. He hasn't been for a while, but he does lawn bowls as well, which is like an old man's sport. But he's 10, so he's doing all right. But he got into that for his great grandparents. They play at a hitching club, and he goes there, and he loves it. The concentration level can sometimes wane. If he's not having a good day, he won't have a good day. But if he's on the ball, it's fine.
To somebody who might be thinking of doing my role or a similar role where you work every day with students or people with ADHD, find their strengths and focus on them, find an environment where that can be embraced. And so people like me need to be open to supporting in different ways. So you won't necessarily support a student with ADHD in the same way that you would support somebody who doesn't. You have to recognise, you have to be creative, and you have to think outside the box, and you have to be very supportive and understanding, and recognise that it's not their fault, that this is who they are, and you just have to try and support them and be respectful.
Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is commonly been seen as a problem in children, but as we look to see how children manage it, we see that there are many positives, and it's something we need to stop looking negatively at and start celebrating.